What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Stranger Things today. The wonderful Eddie Munson. What a great ending. So I won't say anything, obviously, but I'm not crying, you're crying. That's all I'll say. So I'm going to have a go at drawing Eddie from Stranger Things. We'll try and get in some of the Hellfire t-shirt. And let's just go for it, right? So I'm on a landscape page. Use a pencil, an eraser, sketch it out lightly, and hit pause if I go too fast, right? So portrait of him, looking forward, maybe his body sort of three-quarter, a little, right? I'm going to start with his eyes. So center point of my page is about here. I'm going to come up over to the right-hand side. We're going kind of semi-realistic human, so quite small eyes, right? So basically, best way to draw this, we go diagonal first, right? And then we will just bring it across and sort of down the back, like so. You can thicken this up just a little. You don't want to thicken it up too much because it can make them look a bit female. But then bottom eyelid. So we'll go, say, down from here. So we'll go down. And then into here. So you can join these or leave a gap. It's totally up to you. And then his iris inside here. Circle sort of coming around from the top eyelid line, eyelash line. Just up there, top eyelid kind of cut off. And then his pupil, just in the center there. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle or anything. Like that. So, depending, you can add a tear duct line if you want. You know, that's optional as well. So the other eye, the dreaded other eye. So eye width, because we're going for realistic sort of human proportion, right? So here to here, see the width from here to here will fit in between, and that's where the next eye starts. And you go diagonal again, and you bring it across and down the back. And we'll add a bit of extra darkness or thickness to this line. Kind of like that. Bottom, again, down, around. Sometimes it's good to leave a gap. Like so. Especially on male characters for some reason. Because, you know, if it was female, you'd be adding eyelashes and stuff. And darkening all that up. Just to exaggerate the femininity. Right, and then iris, same thing again, circle coming down from his top eyelid line. Like so, and then pupil roughly in there. So we got some eyelid lines then, so just coming up and over the top like so. Same thing on this side, up, over the top, down, like that. And then his eyebrows. So, depending on how realistic you want to go with the eyebrows, you could do it all with individual hairs and stuff, but we'll kind of go a little bit in between because he has quite defined eyebrows. So, we'll do a couple of hairs at the start. So we'll go like a couple of hairlines there, but then we will add the actual eyebrow itself. We'll draw it in down that way, right? And then we'll bring it up, add a space that you can color down that way. You can add texture to it if you want. And you might have like a line just starting in at his nose there. right? Kind of like that. Then we go over, do the same thing over here. So we'll add some sort of hairlines, kind of just here. And then we'll bring it up. Down the back. Like so. And then, so these are the hairlines, and then we'll go up here, back, down the back, like so. Right, and then just some lines maybe on the corners of his eyes, maybe some frown lines in the middle of his nose. Maybe he has like, just like these kind of lines like that, sort of. Right, so speaking of his nose, right, so kind of line comes down this way, curves in a bit there. And the bridge of his nose sort of comes out around like that, right? And then we'll have this little V sort of down here in the middle, this curved line for the tip of his nose. And then the nostrils will come around. You can darken this up a little bit and then bring your nostril around here. Just like a little shadow underneath there. And then same on the other side, so you'll have just a bit of a shadow. And then this comes around into there. Maybe like the tip of his nose here again, just sort of coming in. Like so. Maybe we'll just draw a bit of his nose going down this side as well, just kind of like that. You don't have to draw it all. And then he has some lines like inside his eye here. Like so. Just darken up this eye line. So his mouth, he's a real particular kind of mouth as well. So we'll try, we'll do our best. So we'll go, starting sort of, let's say, it's like underneath this part of his eye, kind of here, right? And the other side will end in a similar spot over here. And he's smiling, so this one's like maybe a little bit higher. Right, so we'll go for this. It goes down. Back up. This one has a couple of bumps on this side and then smiles up this way. And just make this edge a little bit darker there as well. Then his top lip, we'll draw it in. So it goes up roughly from here, down, up and down into his mouth on this side. There's dark shadow in here in this corner as well. Then his bottom lip comes down, round, to there. Might have some. He's got quite a strong chin, right? So we'll go down here. So you're like roughly your proportion wise, right? You'll bring the chin is like, say eyebrows to the bottom of the nose. Bottom of the nose to the chin is about the same. So here to here, this whole space is about the same as this to the chin, right? So the chin, that'll give you your chin level. So a real square sort of chin. Kind of like that, okay? And there's much sort of texture on his lips and things. And And he could have this, he has like a strong enough sort of chin, right? So he's got this sort of bumpy kind of chin. Actually drawn in, right? And again, your proportions, so here to here is about the same as here to here. And then bottom of the nose to say here. Bottom of his bottom lip, right, is about the same as this space to here. So this is your halfway point. Here to here is about the same as here to here. Okay. Jaw then, strong jaw. So we go up this way. And then we will go up this way. Right. About the level of his bottom lip, turns this corner and starts to curve up the side of his face. Right? It starts to go up this way. We start to get some hair on his face up here. All right, so and then his cheekbones. So yeah, so like about here we get like some cheekbone lines coming in. Travels up. Just beside his eyebrow, kind of here, and then we start to get some hair lines, like some hair spikes coming in on his face up here. And he has some lines that come down from his nose and come around his mouth. So we go down that way. Some lines just around his eye. There. Maybe a line coming down just to his bottom lip from his nose there, like that. Right, so now it's hair, right? So he's got like real long fringe, right? So we got like all hair spikes that kind of go up and around his head. All along his fringe here. Right, kind of this kind of stuff. Goes up towards the middle of his head. Like that, some more then down the other side. So remember, hair moves. Yours doesn't have to be exactly like mine. You can just sort of add it where you feel it needs it. You know? So another one here. This kind of stuff. So real sort of long hair. Right, and then so from the top, he's got all this long hair that comes down kind of over his shoulders and on his shoulders. It's kind of like a mixture right behind his neck. So say his neck comes down here from his jaw, right on that side. And this might be like hair mostly So on this side, you might have some hair spikes really coming down his neck there. Right. But neck on that side, and then his like neckline here, like so. Then maybe like an Adam's apple sort of line there. So rest of his hair real long. So we'll come out from the top here, right? Bump out, and you'll start to have these spikes and sort of flowing real long hair like this, right? So it doesn't have to be the same on both sides. It can be slightly different, but this is what we're aiming for, right? This kind of wavy long hair, and eventually go down behind his shoulder, somewhere down here. And inside you want to add like some texture lines, maybe like a couple of lines hanging down like so. Maybe some spikes inside here. But he's got like real sort of 80s glam rock hair. All that texture right in his shoulder somewhere here. So we might see a little bit of his ear on this side. Can't see it on that side, but add an ear line. Kind of lines up with his nostril there, just underneath his hair. Okay, maybe like a brow line or something up here. Just some things like that. Another line on his lip there. Alright, we'll try to do the hair on the other side. So it's always tough with just a black line drawing, trying to get a likeness of the actual character. We try our best. I think it looks like him. All these texture lines inside just help make it look like hair. And on this side, he's more hair hanging down on his shoulder. On this side of his chest like that, right? This kind of thing. You can't see. This is just hair here, really. In his jaw. Right, so just maybe try and tidy up some of these lines now. Like that. So I just went a bit heavy with that marker there. I'm just gonna okay, this is like hairline. Right, okay, so then he's got a t-shirt that comes down just around his neck here. And it disappears around the back, and then his collar of his jacket. So he's got two jackets on, right? So this kind of goes this way, down, there. And then the other side Comes out from underneath his hair here. Steps out a couple of times because it's got like a zip there. It's got like another edge line to this here, stitching or something, and then collar here. Right, so we'll do some Hellfire inside before we get everything else. Well, maybe I'll actually do his... I'll do his shoulders and then we'll do the details inside there. So around the back, his sort of collar of his jacket comes out up this way. And then it comes around like so. And down, and it's all like... It's all kind of tattered and torn and stuff. It's got edge lines on it. And because there's two jackets, so we gotta separate them sort of this way, right? So this goes down like that, right? And then it's got like an edge here that goes around. Like some fold lines here. And then another edge like inside this. This is like a leather jacket or something. And this has a zipper side that you can kind of make out inside here. All right, and then his shoulder comes down this way, right? It's kind of got these tears and stuff on the edge. Some other bumps and folds and stuff, like a pocket or something here, shoulder lines like that going down there. His other shoulder then, so we're in 3/4, right? So like the center line for his chest is like curving out this way, so this shoulder kind of sticks out a little bit more, right? So it'll go out to like here, right? And again, we have this sort of ripped area that kind of comes down this way, like a vest sort of thing. But then the jacket shoulder goes out this way and down, right, kind of like that. You might have some lines or fold lines and stuff inside there. And then the collar on his jacket here. Give it an edge, and then the side of it goes down this way. Another line there, some buttons, another sort of stitching line or something going down this way. Some lines around the buttons maybe. So, and then some stitching along the top, some more stuff down here, more lines like so. Right, and we'll go for this Hellfire, right? So you can't really see it all, so we can see the hell and it curves, right? It starts with H, but we can just see the bottom of it here. Capital letters, right? Kind of like that, and then E. Maybe you should see like a bit more of that H in there. And then we go L. These will definitely be the most popular t-shirts of the summer, I would say. So we're going across in an arc sort of thing. So hell and then fire. And the eye has some flame. Like this. And then the R. Right, not bad. We're staying in line. So if you drew like a rainbow sort of line, top and bottom, with your pencil, you could erase it afterwards if you wanted to, if you were worried about getting things in line. This goes back like so, up, down, up, down, up. Hellfire, yeah, and then what can we see down the bottom? Just gotta zoom in. I like this dice. So it goes. It's one of those round dice from Dungeons and Dragons, it seems like. A game I've never played. These shapes inside. Way. That and then numbers. So that looks like a 2. Looks like an 8. 7. 3 question mark. And can't really see what's here, so I'll go 6. And then we can see some devil horns kind of sticking up here. Master of puppets, pulling your strings. Okay, and then when you've all that sort of drawn in, thickening up some of the edge can help. Okay, Eddie Munson. We all love Eddie Munson. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.